It's December the 3rd. It's late afternoon. I am off in a minute to a wreath making class. The local village that I live in, they decide somebody put an offer up saying, do you want to come to a wreath making class? It's £15. I need to take a pair of gloves, gardening gloves, and a sharp pair of secateurs because they said the holly will be prickly. So, and cough's getting better. Just get irritated when I'm talking a bit too much. So I'm going to go and make a wreath. And you won't see it tonight, but you will see it tomorrow. The Flying Santa. Holmes and I had been out for a stroll in Hyde Park. It had been snowing and London was coated in a rare blanket of white. I could really do with a day off from murder and crime, Holmes, I said. See how Christmassy everything is. It is delightfully peaceful. The unfortunate thing about a murder is someone always ends up dead, Holmes said, puffing away on his pipe. But at least solving the crime helps to keep the little grey cells busy, although I would agree that solving the Times crossword is more relaxing. The saying about the grey cells is a quote from your Belgian colleague Poirot, is it not? I asked. Correct, Watson. But look up ahead. What's going on? A crowd of people had formed at the edge of the park. We could hear children crying and saw parents pulling out their wallets and purses. Holmes hurried over with a few long strides. As I caught up with him, the cause of the commotion became apparent at once. Father Christmas was suspended in mid-air. He was hovering cross-legged about 3 or 4 feet above ground, white beard, red hat and all, apparently sitting on nothing more than his neatly folded cloak. Below him was nothing but thin air and freshly trodden snow. He was holding a thin shepherd's crook in one hand, which rested on the ground, and using his free hand to point at the crowd. "You'd better placate Father Christmas, or I punish you and your naughty children for all your wicked deeds," he shouted. A considerable collection of coins already lay beneath him on the ground, enough to feed an orphanage full of hungry Oliver Twists. "Beware the might and anger of old Saint Nick." Holmes stepped forward. "If anyone should be worried, it's you, old boy. How about a night in jail? You are a fraud and a charlatan, and I've seen through that cheap trick of yours. What are you saying, mortal?" So let's find out at the end what's happening, what's going on, and how does Holmes know that he is a fraud and a charlatan? We shall find out at the end. Let's have a look at the musical one. And what is the musical one? What window is it? Let's have a look. Number 3 is, let's see if I can find it. Where's number 3? I am looking all over. 7. Can't see a number on that one up there. That one can't see a number. 3. There's number 3. So let's have a look at that one. I'll get it down. And this is number 3. Number 3 is at the very top, up here in the attic. This one in the attic. And I'll let you see it's a little girl. Little girl looking out the window. Let's have a look and see what she's got inside. Oh, it's a boy, 2 boys, one playing a flute and one playing a violin, I think. Let's have a look. 2 little boys, one playing a flute and one playing a violin. So let's find out what this is. I actually know, and I showed you yesterday, it should be Jingle Bells. Right, so number 3, let's press it. I'm going to have to put it in the flat surface to try and press it. Oh, God, shout. Woo! There you go. Jingle bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells. So that was day 3. Day 3 of Jingle Bells. Somebody asked me, I wore this the other week, and somebody said, that's a lovely top you've got on. It's a fleecy furry one. It's navy blue. And someone said, where'd you get it from? His Lordship bought it for me. It was a treat. We went, I can't remember why we were going. We got a leaflet through the door about this farm shop. It's not really a farm shop. It's kind of for farmers, selling food for their cows and all these other things. We'd never been before, but it said that these were on offer. So, and there were some men's ones, and I said, "Oh, should we go and have a look?" So we went and had a look. They didn't have any left of what he wanted, but they had this. So I said, "Oh, that's nice." And I think it was £26, and it's regatta. And I'll stand up to let you see what it's like. It's regatta. It's got pockets. Zips all the way up like that. Nice to keep me warm in here, although it's not too cold today. Sleeves, I should turn them up, but I have this short legs and short arms, so everything is just a little bit too long. And I know the fashion is to have it like that, to have your fingers covered up, which is quite good at this time of the year. It's quite good. And I used to like to keep my hands inside there. Not inside there, but inside sleeves. So it's lovely and warm. It's really nice. And I keep it for when I'm in here most of the time. I've worn it about 3 or 4 times, but really, really cosy. It's a bit like a dressing gown fabric, which reminds me, the dressing gown fabric that I got the other day, where's the camera there? I can't remember, was it Janice? Someone sent me and told me to go and look at somebody, and she said it wasn't easy fur fabric to sew, but she sent me to a link. And it was quite a good link, so I shall use that. And if I have success, I shall do my own little vlog to show you how successful I was. Right, and back to Sherlock. So this was the Flying Santa. I didn't show you the picture, but there's the picture. He was on a pole like that. And it looked like he was sitting on his cloak. Right? So, Holmes started scraping away around the snow beneath the Flying Santa with his shoes. For starters, we can't just ignore Sir Isaac Newton's law of gravitation, can we? Said Holmes. You could at least have made the effort to smooth the snow over so it doesn't look quite so raked and stamped upon, said Holmes as he uncovered a plate of metal. The power conveyed through the metal enables me to fly, Father Christmas said, desperately trying to rescue the situation. I suppose it does, in a matter of speaking, Holmes said. You could even say it's what your act is actually based on, your connection to the air via the crook. He ran his cane up the staff, knocking its sides as he did. This crook is hollow, said Holmes. Of course it is. That's how the power of the earth flows through me and allows me to fly. I don't think so, Father Christmas, sir. There's a rod inside the crook that runs through your sleeve to a perch hidden below your folded cloak. Holmes traced the connection in the air with his cane. From the crook, down your sleeve, then past your shoulder and down your torso. Then he tapped the Santa's folded cloak. It made a clanging metallic sound. The fact is, you are sitting on another metal plate. As luck would have it, 2 constables appeared. Officers, Mr. Holmes has solved another case, I told them. Would you mind handing over this sheet to Inspector Lestrade with our compliments? So he was a cheat. He was telling people they had to pay him because he pretended he was a magic Santa who could fly, and he was threatening them because they weren't giving him enough money. So there you go. That was another day's Advent, what do you call it? Advent mysteries, crime stories, anything. Evoking the best of crime fiction to get your brain churning on a daily basis. I bet you didn't churn your brains very much, did you? Great fun for everyone. Can you solve the mystery faster than the world-famous detective? Right, so I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll catch you tomorrow on December the... get your date figures right. 1, 2, 3, 4th. On December the 4th, where I will show you my wreath that I've made. Catch you next time. Bye.